Page 201, this is the improvisation at the bottom of the page. Again, I'm redoing this one because I messed it up all, so let's try it again. I'm not real good at figuring out what chord goes where. If I have to listen to it myself, it's easier for me if they just give me the chord they want and let's be done with it. Because sometimes more than one chord might fit. However, let's see what we got. It's in 2 sharps, 3/4 time signature. I want to hear the melody here. Okay, sounded a little weird to me, but okay. It's those C naturals that throw it off. Well, that's where the secondary dominant's going to come in. Now the chords, we're in the key of D major. So I need a 1 chord, okay. And they're not giving us any inversions. The inversions are going to be up to us. And I'm going to stay in a close position if I can. So the 5/7, I'm just going to go there. And the 4 chord is there. So I got the primary chords all right here. Chord then is the 5/7 of the 4 chord. Well, remember a 5/7 of a 4 chord is the same as a 1/7 chord. So take the 1 chord and add a minor 7th to it. Just make sure it is a major triad and a minor 7th, because in a major key, the 1 chord is a major triad. In a minor key, the 1 chord is a minor triad. So if I wanted this in a minor key, I'd have to make it major. Get the idea? For a 7th chord, whether it's dominant 7th or anything else, a 7th chord, it's got to be a major triad and a minor 7th. End of discussion. Game over, as they say. Okay. So we want a 1 chord, 5/7, 4, and the 5/7 of 4 is like a 1/7. And in case you're confused, 5/7 of 4, the middle? Yeah. Well, start with a 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. A 4 chord is a G. Okay? I want a 5/7 of that. So you start with the 5th of the chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, we're back to the 1 again. And make a major triad and a minor 7th. It's the same as a 1/7. Just remember that. Okay, okay. Now, which chord goes where? Well, I don't know. We'll just try them out and see. Depends on what note's in the melody. I'm going to start with a 1 chord. That usually works. Not always, but usually. Now, I'm not sure about this. This sort of works, but it isn't really a 1 chord. It's actually the 5/7 of 4 chord because of the C. It's just the whole chord, the whole harmony is the both hands. You have to consider both hands. So I don't really have to play a C in the left hand if I'm playing it in the right. I can, nothing wrong with it. So that's going to be the 5/7 of 4 chord. And that's probably going to resolve to the 4 chord. Doesn't have to, but it usually does. I'm going to get the 1 chord for the second line. Now this. How about a 5/7? Because 5/7 usually leads into the 1. So starting at measure 5. 1 chord. And a 5/7. That works. And then measure 9. This one, that's the 4 chord again. And now this, see, I'm going to use the 5/7 of 4 then. And then that's going to resolve to the 4 chord. Seems to. And that's going to resolve to the 5/7 chord. Really? Yeah, you can do that. You can go from a 5 to, I can go to a 1, 4, 5/7. It works. That's what we're doing here. Is then a 1 chord. 5/7. That seems to work okay in my mind. I don't know that you couldn't use other chords somewhere else, but okay, it's close enough. As far as the chuck chuck pattern. Here I can use 3 here if I want to. I don't have to, but try others. How about different patterns. You don't have to use quarter notes or the different things. If I get the chords right, the different patterns for the left hand. And now, in case we're not bored yet, transpose this to E major. Ha 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 ha. Well, D major's here. E major is one step up. E major has 4 sharps. Just make sure you know which notes are in this key. I'm just going to play in 4 sharps. So all the notes in the music are going to go up 1 note. Instead of a D, it's an E. Instead of an E, it's an F sharp, actually. You got to do F sharps and C sharps, so it's here. And then instead of a D sharp, it'll be a D natural. Here. So that's the melody, just I'm taking up a step. So once I get going, I can use the intervals in the music to up a step, so up a step, up a step, up a third, up a step. No, that's up a step, but it's a half step. And then go back to my starting point. Up a third, measure 5 thirds. Here, seconds. And that's a sixth, or you just read the F sharp, take it up to a G. There's different ways of transposing, and I use a combination of both depending on the situation. If it's a small interval, I can, like 2 or 3, I can just do it thinking thirds and seconds. But when you get like a sixth or something, I got to go back to the note name and say, okay, instead of an F, I want a G, which is a G sharp. Now the chords, well, in E major, the primary chords, simple enough, and then the 5, 7, and 4, it's like a 1/7, and that's it. So I'm just going to use the same numbers here. And then, because I've got it here, I can just do it here. 4 chord. 4 chord. 5, 7, and 4. 4 chord. 5, 7 chord, and then the 1 chord. So that works. I didn't do that. Oh, you can do that. That's sort of how I would do it. It's pretty ragged. I hesitated. Of course I hesitated. I'm human. So I'd work it out. I'm not trying to perform it. I'm trying to understand the transposing going from here to here and the chords. Sort of how it works. I guess if you have questions, ask your teacher.